The following is a special hometown football presentation sponsored by Shatkin Dental, Aesthetic Associates Center, and their sponsors. It's the Shatkin First Down pregame show, presented by Northtown Automotive, with your host, Rich Gaenzler, featuring Jared Shatkin, and our special guest, Buffalo Bills alum Steve Christie. Now, from Sorrentino's in Williamsville, here's your host, Rich Gaenzler.
Welcome to the Shatkin First Down Buffalo pregame show. We're at Sorrentino's on Main Street in Williamsville, brought to you by Northtown Automotive and Aesthetic Associates as well. And we have a jam-packed show for you. We're going to talk about the Patriot game in a moment with Jared Shatkin. We're going to bring in Steve Christie, former Bills kicker. Do you see a trend if you're a regular viewer of the show? Last week, Scott Chandler played for both teams. Steve Christie played for both the Bills and the Bucs. He's going to join us in a moment. Also, we'll get the Huddle together, members of the Mafia. We'll do Tino's Dough, give away some gift cards to Sorrentino's with some Bills Tampa trivia, and then, of course, break down the Bills and the Bucs. It's all coming up in the show. Thanks for joining us. Let's welcome in Jared Shatkin. Let's talk about the Bills and Patriots. 14-10, windy night in Orchard Park, and a lot to talk about. And, Jared, let's start with coaching.
Bill Belichick outcoached Sean McDermott really badly in that game. And Sean McDermott started to get pretty frustrated at the end in that press conference. And I honestly think that they were kind of valid questions. I mean, I don't know if it was Sean McDermott or Brian Dable, but there's just a lack of a physical team on our defense and offensive line. And I think it almost has to do with the philosophy of the team being more finesse than physical. And this year it's starting to show through the Colts game and then this game. And there were just mistakes made coaching and on the field throughout the whole game.
Yeah, game management, conservative play calling, arguably offensively with so many runs. I mean, Moss and Singletary combined touched the ball 33% of the offensive touches. I mean, these guys are two guys, low on the pecking order of who should be the impact players of the offense. But let's start instead with the defense this time around. Obviously giving up some big gash plays, but only 14 points. And aside from the two big runs, the touchdown run and a couple of other ones, they only averaged to give up 3.5 yards per carry. Tremaine Edmonds, I know you want to talk about him in the middle.
It's just another week where we kind of got out physical at the line of attack. I mean, yes, they only had 3.5 yards a rush besides those big runs, but those big runs are what lost us the game. And it was similar to that. You knew what was happening, and we were still getting pushed back. They were still getting about 3 yards each time they touched the ball. They only threw the ball 3 times. So it's just demoralizing to have a team come in and beat you when they only throw the ball 3 times. The Patriots were still able to move the ball. And you know why? I think it's because of the guy in the middle. And I hate to say this because Tremaine Edmonds is so young and he has so much talent. And you go back and you watch that touchdown run, and Star and Ed did their job up front. It was up to the linebackers to fill the gap, and Tremaine Edmonds just wasn't there on that play. And that's why it went 67 yards.
And the crazy thing about it is the Bills played 3 linebackers in this game and still gave up those big gash plays in it. I've maintained, though, that the offense has been the problem in these losses, the last 3 anyway, where they've only averaged 10 points per game. Red zone was terrible, 1 for 4, obviously sacks and penalties and bad decisions and too much run and run between the tackles and not outside. I mean, these are issues that got to get fixed quickly.
Absolutely, because if we don't fix them quickly, we're not going to be in the playoffs. And going into this year, we thought we were Super Bowl contenders, and right now we're just going to be lucky to be a wild card team. And I think it kind of goes back to the offseason. There are things we could have done in the offseason to make this team better, and we were a little bit complacent because we had a 13-3 record, but you go back and you watch some of those games last year, we were getting out physical, then we had trouble in the run game. So I don't know why we kind of didn't go and get a solid special running back in the first or second round, but instead we were complacent with what we have.
Yeah, Russo and Boogie Basham have not done the job defensively. They've not been impact players like they hoped you would have been. And listen, in terms of the offense as well, lack of imagination, way too conservative, no motion or relatively little motion in the offense. Very few RPOs for Josh. Josh is just not running the football like we're accustomed to him doing in set plays. I'm not talking about scrambling out of protection, but these things have to change, and they have to change quickly. And Jared, we'll get back to you in a moment to talk about how they're going to change going into the Tampa Bay game. Stick around. We'll come back to you in a little bit. All right, coming up next, Steve Christie played for both the Bills and the Bucs. He'll join us right after this on the Shatkin First Down Buffalo pregame show.
Finding the perfect used car can feel like searching for a needle in a haystack. At Northtown, we make it simple with a focus on certified pre-owned. When you see the certified symbol from the official vehicle manufacturer, you know the vehicle has passed a rigorous inspection and comes with extra benefits like a manufacturer warranty and roadside assistance. To find the best value and peace of mind, head to Northtown. Northtown Certified Vehicles. An official partner of the Buffalo Bills.
Hi, I'm Dr. Todd Shatkin here with Hall of Fame running back Thurman Thomas.
My family and I have been coming to Dr. Shatkin's dental office for years. The office is beautiful and the staff is outstanding.
Thanks, Thurman. It's been an honor for me to take care of you and your family.
For a Hall of Fame smile, go where the pros go. Dr. Todd Shatkin at the Aesthetic Associates Center.
Call today for a free consultation, 839-1700.
Your kitchen is the heart of your home, so make it what you've always wanted.
Empire Granite Marble Quartz has everything you need to start your kitchen countertop makeover, all within your budget. Offering 24 months, 0% financing for a limited time. Empire has the largest indoor full slab showroom in Western New York, so visit the showroom today.
Make your dreams a reality with luxury you can afford.
Welcome back to the Shatkin First Down Buffalo pregame show. So if you watch on a regular basis, you've seen a trend happening that will continue in this segment. So last week, Scott Chandler joined us. He played for both the Bills and the Patriots. This week, our great friend Steve Christie, who played for the Bills and Tampa, joins us on the show. Steve, great to see you, buddy. How are you, man?
Great to see you, Bill.
So you're in Central Florida where you make your home. You're doing real estate, and up here in Buffalo, we see you on TV all the time because you're an actor now, apparently.
Well, I don't know about an actor, but I'm certainly in commercials. So a little bit of that. Long story short is I love doing the ads. It's just so much fun.
That's cool. You're good at it, too. They're very funny. So you saw the Patriots game. What's the worst wind game you can recall ever kicking in?
Playing Princeton, at Princeton, Jason Garrett was the quarterback back then. This is in the late 80s. The game ended in a draw, 31-31. I attempted a 55-yarder and hit the upright. And that's how the game ended, which was probably suitable. You know, it's December in Buffalo. Like you have no idea. And all week, I guess the weather was up and down, but pretty seasonably mild for this time of year, only for it to turn south for, Monday night. And, I just saw the wind gusts over 50 and, I'm coaching kickers down here, but I mean, what do I tell the guys? Like, if it's blowing across your face, you gotta aim for the other post, which is almost sacrilege for a kicker. You never want to aim outside the post, but I mean, Nick Folk, he made his, and I mean, it started out hard left and that thing curled inside the right post, which gives you an idea of how extreme the wind was, and not easy even for the pros.
You played in Tampa, obviously, to start your career in the NFL. And do you still have your creamsicle jersey?
Funny story, you should mention that. I was just talking to one of my old teammates a while ago. We do some charity stuff down here together. Mark Royals, who was our punter and my holder at the time.
He had a great stash, I think, right? Great mustache.
Yeah. And he, we're kind of laughing because at the end of our first year together there, we went into hey, can we get our uniform from the season? Well, back then, things are a little bit different for the Bucs. So they actually charged us $50 for the jersey that we wore all year. And now, of course, they weren't stitched, right? So now the letters are peeling off and, it's, hey, that was the Bucs in the 90s. That's right. What you got.
That's right. You also, tell me what you recall about kicking against the Bills before you were a Bill.
Yeah, no, I mean, I played one game against the Bills as a Charger in Buffalo. And that was bizarre. That was really bizarre. And actually, I hit a 53-yarder. And that should have won us the game. But back then, Travis Henry ran, I think the next series basically ran all the way down the field for a touchdown that beat us. But it was tough because I had all my Buffalo pals there, and it's like playing for the Chargers, but that's the business of the game, right? Yeah. That's the business.
So you obviously saw the Patriot game. What is wrong with the Bills? I mean, if you're into trends based on the schedule, it's loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. So naturally, if you're into trends and superstition, the Bills are going to beat Tampa if you go that way. What's wrong with them? How do they fix it? And what do you make of the game?
Trends aside, the schedule is tough. Coming down here to play the Bucs, who, they're still rolling. Gronk's still catching touchdowns. Brady's still throwing Gronk the ball, and the Bucs defense is has been stellar. So I mean, it's this season, and then we have the Patriots in New England after that. I mean, this doesn't get any easier for us, and that's why and my phone, I don't know about you, but my phone's been buzzing today from everywhere, just saying what happened. And that's a game where, with those conditions, we've got to be able to handle the running game. We've got to be able to stop the running game, and we've got to be able to get more than 60 yards. I mean, we've got to do more. I mean, I thought Josh did pretty well with the conditions, but we only scored 10, we didn't get enough. And I thought we did well, holding the Patriots to what they got for what they were able to earn. But at the end of the day, that's a game at home. Monday night, we have to win that one. And so what do? The pressure's on. And I'm not saying the next game's a make or break for us, but New England is the belle of the ball still. That's unbelievable. So you're bringing in a rookie quarterback, a very young quarterback. And what do you do to give him confidence? You run the ball and you do it well. So give credit where credit's due. They ran it when they had to in horrible conditions.
So clearly it's happened more than once to the Bills. The Colts did it, just ran roughshod over the Bills' run defense. So clearly the run defense is an issue, even though they only gave up 14 points. They only gave up one touchdown. Granted, the weather, of course, played into that. But, if you're Sean McDermott, former William and Mary guy like you, what is he telling his team? I mean, this has been an unpredictable roller coaster ride in this second half of the season for the Bills thus far.
Well, Bull, you're there. You're probably hearing a lot more than I am about the game. I mean, coming into the season, the expectations were so high, and I think that's the tough part too. I'm not saying it's not fair for the guys, but when you're all of a sudden elevated to be, the representing the AFC, there's pressure with that. And I think the opening game, losing to Pittsburgh, Mike Tomlin, another William Mary guy, I mean, I wasn't that upset about that. I'm like, good, fine. Here's a reality check. We've got work to do. Now, my wife Kelly and I drove up to the Jags game, and man, that was a tough one. And I think that's where, a bunch of us down here got pretty worried about our situation. And, and Jags fans, God love them, but to hear them talk trash to us after the game was a bit hard to take. And I'm just a fan now, right? So I'm with the Bills Mafia. We're doing our thing. And I'm just like, man, this is a bit tough to take. And so back to the point, we got to beat the Bucs. We have to come down here and get the job done to get things back on track. And okay, so, if it's true what you're saying, that it's up and down and in and out, and this is what we're doing, then we have to beat the Bucs.
It doesn't get any easier, that's for sure. And Brady in the Bucs, and you mentioned Gronk, and Godwin's having a great year, and Fournette's starting to turn things up. And man, it's going to be a tough task, but the Bills again have risen when they've needed to. Let's see if they can, because they didn't. They fell flat, obviously, on Monday night. Let's see if they can on Sunday against the Bucs. Great seeing you, pal. Thanks for doing this.
Anytime. Good to see you, Bo.
All right, Steve Christie. We're going to continue to look for his ads on Buffalo TV, too. More from Sorrentinos at Main Street in Williamsville coming up on the Shatkin First Down Buffalo pregame show next.
On sirloin, on filet, on ribeye and away. A gift certificate in every stocking, a steak under every tree. Oh, oh, oh. And I heard him exclaim as the sleigh up did soar. Merry Christmas to all from Russell's Steaks, Chops, and more. Oh, 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 Merry Christmas, everybody.
Finding the perfect used car can feel like searching for a needle in a haystack. At Northtown, we make it simple with a focus on certified pre-owned. When you see the certified symbol from the official vehicle manufacturer, you know the vehicle has passed a rigorous inspection and comes with extra benefits like a manufacturer warranty and roadside assistance. To find the best value and peace of mind, head to Northtown. Northtown Certified Vehicles. An official partner of the Buffalo Bills.
Welcome back to the Shatkin First Down Buffalo pregame show. Rich Gaenzler, Sorrentino's Main Street in Williamsville. We have put together members of the Mafia here for the huddle. We're going to do Tino's Dough in a second. We got Nick, we got Will, we got Bob, we got Sam. Guys, great to see you all here. All
glad to be here.
Geared up in your
right.
Bills attire. Glad to have you here. Let's kind of go around the group. We're going to just throw out some topical things. Will, we'll start with you. Be the coach after the Patriots game. What do you do? What's the conversation that has to be had, not only with the players, but with your assistants, with your coordinators? What's got to happen going forward?
Yeah, you know, from a coaching standpoint, it's always positive reinforcement. You know, you take a look at the film. We know we have the team to get it done. It's just answering, you know, those questions of what went wrong. Why can we not get our running game going when we needed it to? Why can we not get the ball in the end zone? Why can the defense not stop the run? All those questions need to be answered.
Yeah, I got a couple of answers. Dropped balls, guys that obviously can't bounce outside, right, in terms of your running backs. I mean, it seems like the running backs are tunnel vision and just running between the tackles, right, Sam? I mean, like, let's get a guy that can go boom, bounce out, do a little jump cut, get outside, and make some moves there. You know, I mean, Breida fumbles, and now he's invisible the rest of the game.
It's tough. I mean, vision is kind of a natural thing,
Yeah.
so it's tough. I mean, at this point, I think if we don't have a run game, I say screw it. Just put it in Josh's hands
Yep.
all the time and let him go. But I think a lot of this goes on Dable a little bit too, because where is the QB run game in the red zone?
Sure.
Last year, Josh ran it almost every time. We'd get a rushing touchdown like every other game, and this year it's just gone.
Yeah. Bob, let's talk to you about your confidence in this team at this point. I mean, they're still – this is crazy.
We have a lot of games left.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they dropped to a game and a half behind New England. And if there's anybody whose hands I want the ball in, it's Josh's in the red zone. So I think we had 4 chances and capitalized on one of them. Just a team like this and where you want to go, where we project ourselves to be, can't capitalize 25%.
I mean, I know it's a non-conference game, the Tampa game here, Nick, but
Yeah,
I mean, you can't fall to 7-6. Especially, we talked last week about how New England's on a roll, Miami's on a roll. They're right behind us in the standings, and if they continue their trend up and we continue trending down, that's a problem. This is another must-win game for the Bills.
Yeah, I mean, they're running into a little bit of a gauntlet playing New England and then Tampa Bay, but personally, I'd almost want a team like Tampa Bay, a tough team, fire the guys up in the locker room, get them pumped up, and if you got to get hot, now's the time to do it. I mean, the defense is going to have to step up. Tampa Bay, that offense is, I think, number 1 in points scored and yards per game, and we just got to make plays and, you know, see what happens. And remember, Tampa Bay did lose to the Saints and they lost to the football team, so there is a chance they are beatable, and we just got to figure it out.
They're also getting hot, though, too, at this point in the
That's
year,
right.
which they did last year right around this time, right?
It'd be tough to lose to New England and then Brady.
It would be really heartbreaking.
And then come home to play New England.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
4 of 7 is what the Bills have lost, but you know the trend, right? It's loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. So trending,
That's right.
If you follow that, if you're superstitious, the Bills would win this game. So let's get your predictions, guys, first. Then we'll go to Tino's Dough. Nick, you first.
I think the Bills are going to come out strong. It's going to be a high-scoring game. Both teams are going to put a lot of points up. I'm going to say 34-28. Buffalo comes out on top.
All right, Will, you that confident?
You know, not as confident, but I do think the Bills are going to pull it out. You know, as everyone's been saying, the Bills, it's do or die point in the season. I'm going Bills 38-30.
All right, Bob?
24-21 Bills.
All right, Sam. 4 for 4?
Can't pick the Bills to lose on this show, so I'm going to say 34-31 Buffalo.
Okay, high-scoring game, tight
so.
game, but everybody thinks the Bills are going to win. I like your confidence certainly in them. I don't know what that means, but it's time now for our 2-minute drill.
Right.
And Tino's Dough, where we do some Bills trivia questions, and in return, if these guys get them right, they win gift cards right here to Sorrentino. So let's start with question number 1. And guys, just all chime in. If you think you know the number, answer it up. Who's got more Hall of Famers, guys? Tampa Bay or Buffalo? What do you think?
I'd say Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Think Buffalo? As a consensus, you're right. They have 12 Hall of Famers, and of course, they have some more front office and coaching kind of guys, and they also have the AFL to use. 12 Bills Hall of Famers to 9 for Tampa Bay. So you're in for $10. Congratulations. Question number 2.
right.
2009 Orchard Park. Bills Tampa. Dante Whitner, pick 6. T.O., Lee Evans, both have touchdown catches. Lindell's got 4 field goals. The Bills win that game. In that game, Tampa Bay's quarterback throws 3 touchdown passes. That quarterback happens to be Tampa Bay's current offensive coordinator. Who is that?
Byron Leftwich.
That is correct. Byron
That's
Leftwich.
right.
Sam, way to go for $25. This one's really tough for 50. Here we go. What Heisman Trophy running back was drafted number 1 overall by Tampa Bay in 1986, but never played for the Bucs? He won the Heisman Trophy in 1985 for Auburn University. There's your big hint.
Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson is
Bo
right,
Jackson,
Sam.
yeah.
Way to go. Bo Jackson.
Sam.
Yeah, great job, guys. All right, that'll do it for the huddle and for Tino's Dough. We're going to break down the Bills and the Bucs next as we welcome Jared Shatkin back in. The injury report, too, with Dr. Todd Shatkin. After this, from Sorrentino's on Main Street in Williamsville, you're watching the Shatkin First Down Buffalo pregame show.
Go Bills.
The Bills.
I am so happy with my experience that I had at I Smile Spas today. Got my teeth professionally whitened. I have months of results in less than an hour. No pain, seriously not even a sting. They're not sensitive. You leave with a kit to continue your whitening. Absolutely incredible. I'm so happy I ever did this. I can't stop smiling.
Western New York. Smile again with confidence. Call 43-SMILE today.
Family is the most important to us above everything else. 34 Group is a general construction company.
We had a part in rebuilding the community. We choose Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield of Western New York because they are reliable.
It's just great coverage, and we have a great relationship with the folks at Highmark. We want our legacy to just be that we were good people that loved our community.
It is definitely a love affair, I can tell you that right now.
Finding the perfect used car can feel like searching for a needle in a haystack. At Northtown, we make it simple with a focus on certified pre-owned. When you see the certified symbol from the official vehicle manufacturer, you know the vehicle has passed a rigorous inspection and comes with extra benefits like a manufacturer warranty and roadside assistance. To find the best value and peace of mind, head to Northtown. Northtown Certified Vehicles. An official partner of the Buffalo Bills.
Hi, I'm Dr. Todd Shatkin with this week's Bills Injury Report. After a disappointing loss to the Patriots last week, the Bills' pride was hurt more than their bodies were. However, we have some players who were dinged up. Fullback Reggie Gilliam is progressing with his ankle injury and will again be a game-time decision. Defensive tackle Star Latulier suffered a toe injury. Defensive end Efa Obata and tight end Tommy Sweeney are both sidelined with hip injuries. All practiced this week, but were limited. Let's go, Buffalo. This is our week to shine. Back to you, Rich and Jared.
Thank you, Dr. Todd Shatkin, for the injury report. Welcome back to the Shatkin First Down Buffalo pregame show from Sorrentino's in Williamsville, brought to you by Northtown Automotive and Aesthetic Associates. Time to bring Jared Shatkin back in now and talk about this game. Tampa Bay 9-3, the Bills 7-5, another must-win. Tampa's got quality wins against the Patriots and the Colts. Their bad losses against the Saints and the Washington football team. But guess what? Tampa Bay's won 3 straight games. They're catching fire like they did this time a year ago. That's dangerous. Obviously, Brady is dangerous. He's the leader in the clubhouse in terms of MVP voting at this point in the season. And knowing what the Bills did at home against the Patriots this past week, on a short week, on the road against Tampa, Jared, does anything point to you to a Bills victory this week? And if it does, where does it start?
Doesn't exactly point to a Bills victory? For me, no. But if we want to get where we're supposed to go, which before the season we said we wanted to go to the Super Bowl, you have to play this game at least tight. You have to play the Bucs and be on their level. And I think it starts with Josh Allen. That's the only way we win, is if Josh Allen is the MVP. Josh Allen throws for 300-something yards, wins the game with his legs.
This is going to be a really difficult game defensively. Fournette has really turned it up, and he's not only great in the run game, he's gotten better and better as the season has gone on, but really good in the pass game. He's got 58 catches. Godwin's having an incredible year. Gronk is healthy, and of course, Brady goes without saying. The GOAT goes without saying. He's been the least sacked of any quarterback in the league, and of course, no Trey White on the back end, Jared. So what do you make of this matchup? Tampa Bay offense, Bills defense.
It's going to be a high-scoring game, to say the least. They're going to be able to move the ball on us. They have an unbelievable O-line. They got the running back going right now. Fournette's playing awesome. And the receivers are so talented with Mike Evans and Godwin and Gronkowski. I mean, the only way you can win this game is if you can limit them to 3 points in the red zone a couple times. And we have to be able to score 30-plus in this game, too.
I was going to say the only way is slow down the run and pressure Brady, but the Bills have had problems pressuring any quarterback they're playing, and he's the least sacked quarterback of anybody in the league. We got to turn that up.
Yeah, I mean, Ed Oliver has to be awesome in this game. He has to get to his first-round potential this game. He has to play better than he's played all year.
Let's flip it around. I know Tampa Bay's had a lot of injuries, and their back end gets talked about a lot as being maybe the least efficient part of that defense, but their back end's pretty good. They're tied for 5th in the league with 14 interceptions. They have a pretty good pass rush with Vita Vea and Sue in the middle, and of course JPP. Then you got great linebackers in David and White. So talk about the matchup between the Bills O and the Tampa D and what the Bills offense is going to have to do this week.
The Bills know what they have to do. They have to get the ball to Stephon Diggs, and they have to get the ball to Cole Beasley, and you have to be able to maintain the ball. And we don't run the ball. So the way we're going to be able to maintain time of possession is we got to have the short passing game working.
And to your point, Dawson Knox has got to be better in this game than he was in the New England game. And if you're going to go with trends, right, the Bills are 3-4 in their last 7, but every other game is a win, which would mean if you were superstitious and trendy, they would win this game.
This Bucs team is so talented. They're looking like they're on their way to another Super Bowl. But if it was ever time to start the championship DVD, it's this week, okay? you beat the Bucs in Tampa, that championship DVD could start and we can go and have a run, but it's going to be very difficult.
And for Tampa, if there was a game they could lose, and this is going to be competitive, I would think, they got the Jets, the Saints, and the Panthers twice after this game.
Their team is just playing really well right now. They're on a roll. I guess they could possibly look over this opponent, but I mean, the Bills aren't a team that people are looking over this year. But the last 2 out of 3 weeks that I predicted score, it's been the opposite of that. So maybe this is a time where I'll be wrong again.
All right, so give me your score.
34-20, Tampa.
All right, I have Brady's 32-3 career against the Bills. Sadly, I think it's going to be 33-3 after this game. I got the Bucs beating the Bills 31-27. Jared, again, great job, man. Appreciate it. All right, that's going to do it for the Shatkin First Down Buffalo pregame show. Thanks so much for joining us. Thanks to Northtown Automotive, Aesthetic Associates, Sorrentinos here in Williamsville, Steve Christie, our Huddle members as well, and you for watching. Go Bills! We'll see you next week.
If you would like to be a participant in the Shatkin First Down Huddle, email Mark Aarons at maarons@shatkinfirst.com. This has been a production of the Shatkin Sports Network.